Hey, welcome back to Hex Token family. We are here, and of course, your host Superman hashtag, and we're going to get into this bit of fun. I haven't even finished watching the whole Richard Hart debate with Derek Wall. I got about 80% through, maybe 70% through, somewhere in that ballpark. But well, let's see what you guys think of it. I know that Rag to Riches has done a pretty good review, so if you haven't seen that, definitely check out Rag to Riches review. Just the time zone here, not as easy to do that. So very, very cool. Get into the chat, say hello, and let me know what you thought of that debate between Richard Hart and Eric Wall. Now, it was a stage debate for the Heist of Stakes, so I actually liked that. I actually preferred that in some ways because it was a bit edgy. It kept things a bit unsettled, and of course, the director there driving certain things. I actually thought that was a good thing. So very, very cool. Get into the chat. So let me just make sure that the audio is up and running. Let me have a look at this. Let me just make sure that is going good. Let me just hear this for a second. Sounds good to me. So we're going to get into it. We got us here. Bam. I'm going to get out of there and go for gold. Yeah, check out Rag to Riches after this live stream, of course, not before. Because otherwise you'll be gone, burger. All right, let's get into a couple of the comments here. At the moment, we've got Hex Token in the house there. We've got BB in there too. Let's go, Richard. We are behind you. Freedom. Absolutely, BB. Brazilology says, where did you get that thumbnail? Freaking epic. From the Heist of Stakes. So we're going to go through a few of those pictures as well, because I thought some of the pictures are really nice. The Heist of Stakes, man. These guys are top quality, man. I love the stuff they're doing. It's going to be interesting to see the full documentary. Richard needs to start wearing glasses more. It helps his likability, says Briz. Hey, Dirty Pools in house there. Hi, all. Good to see you. An excellent choice. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Brendan's in there as well. What's good, everybody? Good to see you, Brendan. Excellent choice. Hi, hello, everybody. Hey, we've got Crypto Heartbeat in the house there. Woo-hoo-hoo. Let's go. And good to see HCHB in the house. We've got Honey Drippers as well. Buying the dip. Strong support at 7 cents. Yeah, it seems to have hit the support line we put up yesterday. We're going to get into that for sure. When are we happy? We are happy when we make ourselves happy, I think is kind of the way. That's why I think you got to kind of, even though the chart, goes down this low, you've got to kind of ignore it and get tougher skin, I think, in the market cycle is probably one way I'll talk about. Roger says, make me more angry at Eric Wall, intellectually dishonest or a moron. Neither is good, says Briz. And where can we watch the debate reply? Well, we're going to have a look at that because here it is here. I'll post this link. It's got a better audio than some of the others. So I'll post if you want to watch the video of the debate. You can see that one. If you want to watch, let's get the Hex streamers up here. If you want to watch Rag to Riches, you can pull up that one. That's Rags. You can watch that later on too. So there's the original and Rag to Riches critique. I haven't actually watched all the Rag to Riches critique, just the beginning. But I know he's got some good notes there, so it looked like it was going to be a good one. Definitely check that out. Excellent choices in there. What else we got going? Bam. Let's jump back to the Hex price here. We've got excellent choices. Clap your hands. Yeah. When does it start? Says Michael. Well, it's already started. It's already been on, Michael. This is people are just reviewing the previous debate. We're going to get a little bit into that later. Woo! It's now in the house. Good to see us now. Money magnets in the house there. Woo! Let's go. Absolutely, man. Bought the dip, says Alex K. And if Alex K's buying the dip, it's a good time to buy the dip. That's all I can say. It's now Fam Bam. Yep, Fam Bam. Absolutely. And audio was bad for the interview. Yeah, the audio was generally bad, but the video, the link I posted you, Nathan posted it in Discord. So if you haven't been to Discord, we got two versions. This is the one I posted here. Was sitting by Pulsechain, sitting on Motley Investors site. The audio is not very good on that one, but Nathan posted this new one here, and you can hear that. That's pretty good. This has got the old picture on here. I'm not sure why it's got the old picture. I'm pretty sure that's the new debate. Let me just double check. Yeah, that's the new debate. So that's got the old picture on there from the old days. I don't know why they put that on there. That's the new picture. And of course, this is the better audio one. So definitely chalk. That's the one I posted in the chat there. So pretty good. All right. So definitely, if you haven't got into Discord as well, hit the link in the video description. Where are we up to now? We're up to 433 people. Awesome. Heading towards 450 people in Discord. So definitely join up for that. If you like good community, good information, get in there. We do our best as well. What else is in the house there? Lael's in the house there. Woo! Good to see you in the house. Chase says, buy all the dips, boys and girls. Absolutely, buy the dips for sure. All right, so let's have a look at our chart. Our chart here. Remember, Hex Token channel here does 2 live streams a day. So this is the first one, and you can catch me later on in about 4 or 5 hours time. We do the second one as well. So definitely get on there, get good updates every day. So here we are at the moment. We've got our daily chart here on DEX tools, US dollar versus Hex V3 pool. And you can see we've been stuck in this descending triangle. This is a new one, of course. We were in a smaller one, which was long anyway, but we ended up going back in there. So that's our new resistance here, back on the 8th of May. We only have, in terms of going through 10 cents, up to went through 10 cents, which we defended for about 80 days. 80 days and 80 nights around the world. We defended that for about 80 days. We hit about 2 weeks of that, 1 in every 5 days. We hit the 10 to 11 cent range. 2 days we slightly spiked down below. One was 9.3, one was 9.9. And of course, we finally broke through that. A whale helped us. We had some selling going on just underneath 10 cents. Then a whale helped us to go down below 10 cents, broke that psychological support. The market has reacted, so we're going to talk about that in a second. Our price support here on this chart that I've got, that I posted yesterday, was about 7.8, 7.9 cents in here, and of course it's based on 1, 2, 3, pretty much 3 periods of time, 2 resistance, 1 support line, and so it's a little bit what I call a weak form support. But nevertheless, it seems to have hit the mark there, because today that's exactly where we went to. So a bit of fortune there perhaps, but 6.8 cents. So we ended up spiking that today. So our low was 6.8. Our high is 8.4, so almost 8.5 cents. And we're currently near the top of that at 8.3 cents approximately. So it's us on the daily. We've got quite a few days to go to the end of the descending triangle. So if we take out the whole descending triangle there, we've got about quite a few days to go. So that's our resistance there. And of course, if we zoom in on this area, we've only got a couple of days to the end of May. So some people have got a theory that we're going to launch Pulsechain after the debate and at the end of May. I'm not so sure about that. Richard did say we're not launching in May. I kind of believe him on that one. I know sometimes gamification seems like that might be good, but I just don't think so. I do think that the internal audit and some coding there was required. So this just seems to be the case. So once again, of course, Richard can always surprise the upside, but I just see it as a very, very small chance of that happening. In any case, we've got still got quite a few days to get out of the triangle, maybe about 50 days to get out of that descending triangle. We'll see how we go. We're always trying to find the bottom. We thought we were going to have the bottom at 82%, and so if we come up the top here, thought we were going to have the bottom at, if we got to 10 cents, say, or even this one where we got to 9.3, that's an 82% pullback. But of course, now we have hit a 87% pullback, 87%, impressive as well. So obviously, if we get to 90%, if we did go to 90, which we're currently at the support line, or we bounced off the support line, that would be about 5 cents. 5 cents for that. If we did 95%, that would be 95% would be at 2.5 cents, almost 2.6 cents. So there we are, 5 cents, 2.5 cents. I know people have put limit orders at 5 cents. A few people have contacted me, said I'll put my limit order at 5 cents. So I wish to bet if you can get more, a lower price, obviously way more volume, right? So way more volume. I know a lot of people that are wanting that volume are either hardcore hexicans or speculators, one of the two, or wanting to trade for Pulse. That's the other one. So we've got a couple of different types of people there with different intentions, but that's pretty much it at this stage. So that there is kind of the wrap up there. So obviously we failed to hit the 20 cents. We tried on several days to smash 20 cents. We then had the major BTC correction, which was major. 40,000 to 26,500 was a major correction there. Of course, we ended up succumbing to that as well. And then on top of that, we had a Pulsechain deferred. I think that last one, probably because we had a bit too much of an expectation from the old Crypto Wendy O interview, and that sent us down there as well. And plus, a whale played some games there. The intentions of the whale still a little bit unclear, but they're still. Last time I checked yesterday, they were still sitting on the $2 million. and the store had $18 million in Hex. So I'm not sure what's happened there. I don't know. It doesn't look like anything's happened. But at the moment, this is where we are at the stage. So was there a price manipulation game by the whale? I haven't checked, so it doesn't look like in the chart. The chart doesn't tell me that's happened. So so far, so good. We're at 8.3 cents. Let's quickly look at the DMI as well. See where we are on this. So sellers, they're still relatively in control. The trend's their friend. And the buyers here are still down at this stage. But, of course, the price action in the short term is not too bad today, not too bad. So that might turn around. That whole DMI might turn around very much in the next, say, half a day. On the RSI, we did run out of steam there a bit, so it's come back a little bit. That is positive. So definitely, once it gets down the zone, kind of tends to run out of steam a little bit. We can bounce back. So that's good for the bulls over the bears, because the bears were obviously in control. Once we went under 10 cents, it was a bears game, right? Bears game. And it's just a matter of how low we go at the stage. So far, so good. But we've still got a few tentative days ahead of us, is what I would say there. So be cautious with that one. And I know a lot of people got limit orders in for 2 cents and 5 cents. So good luck to you on that one. Obviously, we can bounce back pretty hardcore. Now, I personally, obviously, being in this range between 1 cent and 10 cents, a little bit more nerve-wracking for a lot of people. I certainly would agree that we could get any price range in that level. I know that someone put a prediction on another YouTube channel. I can't remember the name, but 7/10 of a penny. It'd be a bit alarming if we went under 1 cent again. But once again, even if we did, I'm sure that we could get quite a bit of a bounce back from there as well. Once you go to new highs, it does give you a sort of elasticity to jump back in terms of price. So not too bad. All right, so that there is kind of the Hex price there. We're going to quickly look at Nomics, actually, because now that makes me think about it. Let's have a look at Nomics.com. And we're going to scroll that over to, we're going to hit the 1 year mark on this. And let's go down here. We've got 1 year, we've got BTC down 70%, Ethereum down 7% 1 year on year. We've got Binance Coin just slightly up there at 1%, XRP down 55%, Cardano down 67%, Solana up 74%, Polkadot down 50%. Interesting, and Hex at number 11 there, up 56% still. So year on year, Hex is still up at this price level, 8.3 cents. I think that's probably a pretty interesting support line there. I know a lot of people may not be looking at that number when they're trading or this or that, but it's pretty interesting to see we're still in the money there. Obviously, if the price did continually, if it broke the 6.8, 6.9 cent support, I know some people have said 6.5 cent support. If it broke anywhere in that ballpark, that obviously would disappear, right? So we'll see. The whale bot at the moment, nothing much happening, I don't think. Let me just jump through some of these. Haven't actually had a look on the whale bot here, just pulled it up. We had 2.9 million Hex bought 18 hours ago, so that was a good buy. What else we got there? 7 million Hex sold, so that was a big sell. So we still had selling into the price. Had some end stakes there, early end stakes with penalties. We got Richard there again. We got 40,000 end stake. There's a short staker there. 40 million end stake there. What else we got there? Penalty and another penalty there, early end stake there as well. So this is what I was getting at, though. You know how I was talked about in the future. If you think you missed out on big payday, you will get a share of big payday because where you're going to get people early end staking. A big million or bigger numbers than this. And of course, once you get over 50%, they, either because the prices come down or the price is going up. So you're going to get a lot of that happening. So sit back and enjoy the penalties. Hex is designed for staking and reducing the velocity of money. So that's the idea. And of course, we've got about 6.65 years is a stake. So that's the whole idea. Now, obviously, markets are subject to fluctuations. Supply and demand still plays the key role. But what other products do you have out there that actually sinks a lot of the asset into stakes and gets it off the market, and then of course pays those people for doing so? So people that don't do that get diluted, that sort of thing. So it's pretty cool like that. And once you just need a robust supply and demand. But on top of that, of course, it has the share rate as well, and that share rate is what makes equal opportunity in the ecosystem. So I love that too. All right, so that's pretty much that for the Hex price at the moment. Let's get into the chat, and we're going to jump over to I'm going to jump over to deck screeners, and then we're going to get into Heist of Stakes in a second. Hey, look, even on the hourly chart here for Hex, we've actually got a slightly better chart here at 8.35 there, so it's looking pretty good in terms of showing you the increase that we've had over a little wee while. Still a long way to go, though. Let's get into some of the comments. What else we got there? Thanks for the link, Suitman. Hey, welcome, Brennan. Yo, family, G Unit in the house there. Yo, yo, yo. And Sam and SB's in as well. We'll listen from the start and super speed, hanging out in Bakersfield, working away. Hey, nice one, Sam. Always a pleasure to have you in the chat. And Jen Hex in there too. Woohoo! Great white Hex Token channel member with the emojis, looking good. A good buying on these dips. Yeah, so the retail, this big whale that sold us down, we almost got back to 10 cents. We could have closed the day on that. That would have made a different looking chart, but of course we didn't. And that whale, by them selling their 20 million, we sold 60 million on that day, right? That's how much looks like approximately that we got, with quite a few big accounts following. But that's getting redistributed. If we get back to that price, you know that all that Hex is pretty much being redistributed back to the retail book, and that's good, right? So Hex gets slowly dissipated amongst the smaller rebook time. It takes a while longer, because you imagine holding a little fish just eating away at this big whale, as it were. And it's a bit graphic, but you get my idea. It takes a while back, but we get back to the 10 cents with a lot of retail buying. Then it's the retail book that's brought back all that Hex, and that means it's more distributed to lots and more accounts, and makes it much more robust over time. Obviously, we've got a lot of phases of that to happen, because there's obviously still large accounts out there, and many of them are staked long term, paying Hex the way it should be. But of course, we have a certain amount that are always liquid, always willing to penalize themselves. Once again, penalties do play back to the stakers. So if you're in the staker, particularly big, if they include big paydays and things like that, that does come back to you at least 50%. The other 50%, of course, goes off to the OA wallet and penalties, and of course that reduces the actual effective inflation as well. So we get less than 3.69, and I think Wales Only's got a good chart sitting at around about 1.6%. So pretty good. Where else? We've got James Bond in the house there with emojis. Woohoo! Looking good. Jen Hex in the house as well. Your Hexcellency. I love that. Hello, Jane. Everybody says James. Good to see James Bond in the house. Let's go, Hex. Absolutely. Sandy Beach in there too. Loving it. Lal says, I've got resistance support at 8.5, says Lal. 8.5 probably about right. That's kind of where we've been there a couple of times there, Lal. So it seems good to me. Downward trend line. Hex on the choice says, I missed that low. I don't see Hex dropping past 6 cents. I'll be ready to accumulate some more Hex if it does, and then paying attention to the price. Nice. And we're at 8.2 cents there on the half-hour chart there. 15-minute chart we're on at the moment. What else? Hex is coiling up, ready to slingshot, says Brennan. We're going to watch for that. What is your opinion would be the floor price? Well, my floor price at the moment is the fact that we could, that is 6.8, 6.9. That's kind of the floor price there. Unless that's the support price. I guess the floor price for me, it's unknown in this range. Once you go down under 10 cents, it is unknown. We don't have a lot of support in the chart from a historical point of view, because we ran way up this chart here. I guess 3 cents might be something. 3 cents, we got a little bit of support there. That's pretty right. So let's say 3 cents for the time being. But I don't know if we'll get there. We're fairly happy we bounced off this the first support here, which had a lot more support, right? So that had a lot more support in there. We had two resistances at that point, and also we had the support there as well. So 2 resistances and a support, plus we broke through that level as well. So 6.8, 6.9 seems pretty good at this stage. But once again, if it does, we could hit 3 cents, definitely possible. I think it's very unlikely we would hit anything like 7/10 of a penny. I know someone put that out. Someone told me in the chat yesterday. I just thought, no, it's quite dramatic. But nothing's impossible. But we're trying to play probability, right? So, or likelihood there. So, yeah, definitely think that's looking pretty good there at the moment. Once again, depends on the news coming up as well. What's the environment? Of course, if the environment deteriorates, then 3 cents definitely could come into the game. So just got to be aware of as the news evolves, things can change as well. All right, let's have a look here. We got Honey Drippers in house. The Hex chart on market. Cipher social manipulation occurred. Last time we saw that Hex pumped to all-time high. Yeah, Honey Drippers, I think, good chances that we will get quite a good rebound once we do rebound. So I think that'll be pretty exciting to see. Now, some people are being skeptical about us getting a nice run before Pulsechain launches. But I think once Pulsechain, we get some good gamification, that the coding is up to scratch, as it were, then ready to launch, that that would change sentiment pretty fast. That's my expectation there. Obviously, the higher we are in the price when that does occur, the higher the price rally could be. That's what I would say there. Hey, Chris is in the house there. Good evening, Suitman. It's interesting to read the replies to Richard Hart's various Twitter posts. Market is implied of human emotions. Absolutely, Christos. You've got to be careful on Twitter. Twitter has a lot of stuff on it, and I don't know if it's all good for the mind, because there's lots of crazy stuff on there as well. So just be a bit careful with the Twitter stuff, because sometimes it's better just not to look at that stuff as well. Sandy Beach is in the house there. Thanks for the link. Hey, you're welcome, Sandy. Level up, Scott up. Woohoo! Hey, Davis as well. Nice. And 075 Hexhound says was the bottom. Nice. I like that. All right, cool. What else we got going there? We've got the up there. All right, let's go over to some of the Heist of Stakes stuff. So this is some of the imagery we've got from Heist of Stakes. You can see the venue. Look, it's beautiful. Look at this venue here. It's Stockholm. You can see the hills in the background, the lake. Looks like part of a city, I guess, or village or something like that. It's kind of, I got one of those cool sort of classic looks. Obviously, people sitting in the seat here. Richard, I think, over here, and Eric Wall on this side on the right here. So cool, and the Heist of Stakes. So this was quite a staged event, and that's good. I like that, because the directors actually were pretty push. I want this. I want to get this info. I want to get this kind of messaging. I want to get this topic in there. I like that, and of course that created a bit more edgy. It was obviously watching it live, it's confusing, but I think actually when you come to the film stuff, they'll have some good little bits for the film, is my anticipation there, because of movie magic. So yeah, we'll see. Sometimes we got a bit of flow on there and some of this discussion, stuff like that, but the venue's pretty good, so that's cool. This here, if you haven't seen this, by the way, this is a beautiful little teaser, inside scoop with Brent Morrissey getting a sneak peek at some early Heist of Stakes scenes featuring Richard Hart. And of course, I love these teasers. Just the way these guys are thinking about the teasers makes me even more impressed with what the film's probably going to look like, because these guys are really creative. I love it. And so it's going to be cool to see that. So we had some stuff in Stockholm there. This is on the Heist of Stakes. This is some of the imagery. So Brazolgi was asking where we got this image. This is the image here, which I pulled up from the thumbnail and just expanded it here. You can see the audience actually now filled out here and set up here on this placard here. So the staging's not the best, but it's okay in terms of getting the point across. Obviously having a simple thing underneath there. But the venue looks pretty funky. It's kind of funky. It fits well with the Heist of Stakes, some of the filming stuff they've done too. So we've got some nice images there of the debate from both sides, which I like. I think that's pretty cool. And I think that's it from the Heist of Stakes there. So that was the Heist of Stakes. If you want to watch the video, of course, I posted the link in the chat there. And thanks to Nathan for posting this one, because the other one I had, the audio was a little bit, munted, not working very well. I'm only through an hour and 11 minutes of an hour and 27. Didn't quite get through the whole thing before going live. But nothing much new in there for me at all. So hopefully we're starting to get to the better stuff in this last bit here. So we started getting some better things in there. What you'll see is quite a few. So you can see the directors, quite a few of the directors here coming up. So you can see the directors coming up here and interacting, trying to get certain stuff happening, and it was actually quite good. So it might seem annoying, but it actually is quite a good way of prompting a lot of stuff there, getting some good stuff out. So yeah, remember, this is really things we're filling into the Heist of Stakes film documentary. Like I said yesterday, I think there's quite a few things happening, shenanigans or this or that happening at the moment, which is probably confusing the community a bit, and of course myself. But I think there's lots of stuff happening here that's actually quite good at the end of the day. I think it's going to be very, very good. We want retail adoption with virality. We want that demand versus supply to have the greater sign. And of course, this is one of the steps along the way. Obviously, the price chart can do some crazy things, and obviously it looks pretty crazy at the moment. But once again, for the retail, it's possibly when there's maximum fear, it's always a good time to pick up the price. Obviously not investment advice, you need to do your own due diligence. But this sort of stuff is actually one of one of those building blocks, one of those bricks in the wall, as it were, on the way to getting retail attention and adoption. So yeah, there's some cool stuff in there. So it's definitely worth watching. Nothing nothing in there. None of the arguments so far have been anything we haven't seen anything before. Rich is really still just arguing in terms of a hex around a store of value, and that it's actually superior from the fact that you lock in hex, and of course that you still need supply and demand factors, right? So if you have no demand for a product, even if it's seems to be a good product, then they can wane and perish. But of course, that's true of every market in the world, right? So, not every market, but that's true of most financial products. So important there. Obviously, some markets are fundamental, like food, etc., energy and things, particularly food. It's pretty interesting to see that. Obviously, most financial products always need supply and demand to play into them. So I can kind of feel that's where that debate was. The Pulsechain, of course, the Pulsechain launch is different from Hex, for example. It is a whole chain. It does need maintenance. Of course, there is some maintenance assets in there. But the whole idea of Pulsechain, of course, is that it is superior, right? So Pulsechain is superior to Ethereum, superior in utility. In other words, faster and cheaper, and of course has everything Ethereum has. And so why would you want to leave, right? And it has better tokenomics. So it's got everything, the best I think that we've seen over crypto the last 3 or 4 years has been put into Pulsechain. And so that should itself be self-fulfilling. On top of that, of course, we've seen chains that have launched largely empty, and of course they've been priced up by the market spectacularly, but they don't have everything in there, right? Whereas this is going to have everything. So you can imagine if they're getting priced up, Pulsechain will get priced up, and of course Pulsechain's got everything that Ethereum has for the most part. Then why not, right? Then why not? Now all you have to do is change perceptions, and how do you do that? You change perceptions by incentives, and tokenomics are so good. It should do that. Now, is it going to do it straight away? No, it's going to happen fast, though. Is my anticipation it will happen pretty fast with the airdrops there. And so we should see a lot of bridging of assets into those pools and getting all the incentives. Yield farmers will be coming for the incentives. There'll be some of the biggest adopters in the chain. So let's see a lot of that happening. And slowly, as prices get priced up through the yield farmers and other liquidity providers, you're going to see retail coming over because of the airdrop. And then they're going to realize they can do a whole ton of cool things on Pulsechain that they can't do on Ethereum because of the fees and utility, and because some of those products don't even exist on there. Because obviously we're getting quite a bit of innovation in Pulsechain, and a lot of that innovation is profit sharing, right? So if you look at most of the Pulsechain projects, not all of them, but most of them that are coming up lately, they've had a heavy profit sharing aspect to them, which I really, really like. Well gone. A lot of the stuff that was on Ethereum originally was a lot of ICO stuff, right? Where the holders and third-party financiers got all these holdings and end up dumping on people. So there's a lot of cool things like that too. Anyway, so I'm only up to about an hour and 12 minutes. Nothing really new so far, but let's see. I'm not going to watch it now, but obviously watch the end of this, the last 25 minutes after the live stream probably. So cool. Let me know in the chat what you guys think of the debate. And if you've seen any Rag to Riches stuff, let me know if he pulled out anything really good out of that too. Sandy's in the house says, hello, everybody. Woo-hoo-hoo. I missed a lot today again, says Sandy Beach. Yeah, well, there's lots to look at, especially with the debate. So definitely cool. What else we got there? J-Man in the house. Woo-hoo-hoo. Thoughts on PulseBot? Yeah, I'm going to be talking about PulseBot. So I'm going to be doing a video on PulseBot. So you'll see that coming out. Hexhounds in the house there. Hit the likes. Woo-hoo. What else there? J-Man says, hello, everybody. Hey, good to see J-Man. And Hexhound in there with the thumbs up. Excellent choice, says Eric. Was annoying. Excellent choice. Yeah, I didn't think he was too bad. Yeah, I can understand some people think that. Superman works hard, says Hexhound. I appreciate that. I think RH and Eric are friends. Yeah, I think so too, Chris. They got this that kind of friendship. Yeah. J-Man's in the house there. Anyone sacrifice for PulseBot? Yeah, well, I'm going to do a video on that, J-Man. So we'll talk about. I know Sandy Beach has. So there we are. Hexhound is Superman. He doesn't work hard. He is the man of steel. That's true. Again, Hex says, okay, I see. I wondered who the dude was interjecting. Lol. Yeah. And Hedron dip was epic. Good DCA. Yeah, the Hedron last night. Woo! That was pretty cool. Let us jump over to Hedron there. So we're going to move the Heist of Stakes stuff over. We're going to jump over to Hedron. Let's get out of here because Hedron was pretty dramatic yesterday. We're some big sellers selling out yesterday. Man, oh man, was that big. We've actually got that on the Hedron whale. I just haven't got that pulled up at the moment. But look at that drop. We dropped down to big whale selling there. We sold down to 506. We made a new all-time low on Hedron, by the way, yesterday overnight, or at least today. It's still today in the chart there. So we dropped to the all new time low there of 506. Pretty crazy stuff. We had previous lows way back at the beginning, 3rd of March there at 552, which is basically 553, and was that 560? Yeah, so 553, 3rd of May was our low. We've got a new low now, and of course that was unexpected. There was some big volume drop there as an exit there, so pretty crazy stuff. I saw the money getting taken out at the time, 26,000 at the time, kind of thing. And it was paid out, but it bounced right back. We're back at 863, and of course we went as high as 957, so almost back to the 1,000 support there, which we had previously held quite strongly. So if you managed to bag some of that, congratulations, because I think it was probably pretty good buying as well. So yeah, big drama on Hedron. We've got apparently liquidity stakes coming up on Hedron, coming up in a day or two, apparently someone said, but I think they're fairly small ones, because I think the big one's not till another month away, assuming that doesn't that still stays the same. So yeah, under Hedron, you can find those under browser advanced and defaults, so you can pull those up on those. I think you have to be logged in to see that, but that's coming up on Hedron. What else have we got on the price chart here? We've got Maxi at the moment. So Maxi is at 13.6, and let's have a look at the premium versus Hex. So yesterday we were still doing pretty well, about 55%, I think it was, 52. So that's still looking good. Yeah, 65 now. Woohoo! Maxi, man, Maxi is strong. Maxi is strong arms, man. Look at that trading range, pretty much. That's pretty much trading, and that's the premium. This is the premium versus Hex. It is doing pretty well. And look, I mean, it pounces through the 52% there, but it's back up 65, and the range up the top there, 681. So quite a bit of range, but looking super strong on the premium. Congratulations to Maxi holders, man. It's holding up very well indeed, and under a lot of pressure market forces, extreme market forces. We had the massive market correction for Bitcoin, and of course we've had the deferment, I should say, of Pulsechain, and all those sort of things. So, and lots of stuff happening there. Very, very cool. And finally, PulseDoge coin on the ETH chain here, holding up at $2.23. There is a big buyer in the market, but other than that, it is still holding up very, very well. Obviously supported by that sort of buying, but pretty big deal there too. So congratulations for that. Let's go have a look at Maxi. At PLSD. Obviously, an airdrop. If you had Hex Stakes before the 20th of April, you would qualify for that. So you can definitely check that out. Let's jump over to the EtherScan here. So definitely claiming has slowed. We're at 4,220,000. That's actually a very good pumpamental. So if you think that that's slowed, that's actually good. That means scarcity. So I wouldn't be too quick about the claiming, because claiming has been very good. We've had almost just under 18,000 people have claimed now. That's very, very nice. So let's see what that number is. I'm going to just do 17.954 divided by 91. Yeah, that's probably around about 19.8%, maybe 20%, depending on what the base number is. I'll probably actually have to export the snapshot and count the number of wallets there, just so I can give you an absolute 100% accurate number, but around about 19.7 or 20%. So almost 1 in 5 wallets have actually claimed. But of course, many have sold, because you can see the holders down at 12,351, and also these current holders have a certain amount of speculators are in there, no doubt, as well. But the supply pretty low. Remember, the maximum supply of 12 million, and of course the Origin account and the benevolent address, the BA address, which is kind of like the founder's address, will get 10 Hedron per claimant. So we've got 18,000 claimants so far. what's it, about 360,000 combined will be minted at the end of the launch phase. The launch phase for PulseDoge coin is counting down. So we're going to go through some 65 days and 13 hours left for PulseDoge coin. So we're slowly ticking away. But more importantly, Hedron, even with the stuff there, actually you probably need to, I'm not going to pull up liquidity here, but no, let me just get out of there. Let me go to the number of days left here. Oh my gosh, we've only got just under 12. Are you kidding me? We've just gone over another day here. We've got just under 12 days left for the Hedron claim phase to finish, the launch phase. 12 days. We're getting towards the end. Man, oh man. If you picked up the Hedron at super cheap, that might be interesting because who knows what might happen with the price with the Hedron there. We also got liquidations coming up. This could be getting pretty interesting now for Hedron because after that, people will only be able to get the base amount. So wow, it's going to be pretty cool. Don't forget the people that win the liquidity, win these advances here, it all gets burned. We're going to see any dramatic things happen with the burning. We'll find out. Also, the auctions will be fun as well. We'll be covering them on this channel. They'll go to active liquidations if they get called up, but the advances here are the ones you're looking at. So cool. We'll find out. Nice. All right. So let us jump back to that. So that's PulseDoge. So PulseDoge looking good. We're going to jump over to the BNB chains as well. Before we do that, we will get into the comments and catch up. Excellent choice says, I agree, and it took me a bit to decide more Hex or Hedron. I decided Hex, says excellent choice. Pulsechain mid-June, lol, says J-Man. Well, we hope so. June is our next time frame, so hopefully. Hit the like, says J-Man. Absolutely smash that like out. What else we got? Brazology said, Rag to Riches has a cool segment called The Biz with Briz, and on Monday it was good. I love that. So definitely watch The Biz with Briz. I think I watched something yesterday, Briz, didn't I? On your channel, at least. So definitely check out Brizology's YouTube channel and also Biz with Briz on Rag to Riches there. So big shout out to Briz. Lol, says Briz. It's funny, man. There's nothing like some cool self-promotion. I love it. Briz is one of our superstars in the community. We big shout out. J-Man says, what are the free airdrops on Pulse and Pulsechain Sacrifice is beginning? All I know so far is Kira. Yeah, well, Kira is in there. We had another one. Here. But this was limited. It was Pulsalorian there. Pulsalorian there had one, but it was limited to 2,000 wallets. The only one I know who's got it so far is Sandy, but that's about it. Cool whip, as we say, cool whip. All right, so what else we got going there? Dave says, I'm drinking an orange Fanta. Man, I haven't had an orange Fanta for a long time. Man, oh man. A small amount, though. A small amount. Yeah. Very strange debate. Look very unorganized, says Walper saying. Yeah, it was. When it comes through on the form, I'm sure it's going to look very organized because it's going to be edited to the codes there. J-Man House, Sandy Beach. Nice. Me too, J-Man. What else we got going there? Yeah, a couple of you have been watching Brizology from looks of it. And Christos says, what if that was Hedron's all-time low for its 1,000 hex run-up, says Christos. Interesting question. Sandy Beach says, yes, I did. What else there? J-Man, 1 million total supply. This crazy low supply coins can pump really easy. True. Maxi is a baller. What else there? Saving most of my money for PHEX and Pulse. Yeah, a lot of people are, J-Man. I'm definitely wanting to pick up a lot of Pulse in the early phases. So cheers. Good luck to you. The fight is on, man. The fight is on for accumulation. Okay, I'm just teasing there. All right. All right. James says, I also must sacrifice a Pulse LN. Yeah. It's a pretty niche one. That's a bridge or any bridge type of thing is going to be good. Just finished watching RH and Eric. Awesome stuff. Despite being a jerk, Eric is a good critic. RH truth dominates as usual. Yeah. Richard Hart didn't want to comment on the price too much. He did stop his commentary at the price, but he did say that, it still needs demand and supply and that we're still early in the adoption phase. He was almost tempted, I thought, with regards to the future of Hex price and Pulsechain, but I think he stopped himself at that point. That's my reading into some of the comments there from Richard. Sandy Beach wallet sacrifice, absolutely nice. And Christos says, from whoever got that Hedron low price, if you're listening, hold, be the one who gets the 1,000 X, says Christos. I don't mind waiting for Pulsechain. I believe RH has our best interest. Yeah, well, we need the code to be 100%. And of course, Richard will have a bit of gamification around that as well. So it'll be fun. 19 Gwei, woohoo! Is it 19 Gwei? Really? So nice, cheap Gwei at the moment, folks, to get it. And let's go have a look at the ETH chain Gwei. Gas tracker, there, 16 Gwei at the moment, $5.83 for a swap at the moment. So definitely is good time for picking up some Hex price there as we go. That's the Hex 15-minute chart there. Hey, Hexy bloke, hey, good to see you, Pulse Beta. Woohoo! Tufon's in there as well. Thanks for the stream, dude. Hey, you're welcome, Tufon. Excellent choice. I love the bear market. Woohoo! Yeah, like I said, I don't think we're in a full bear at the moment, right? We're in a still in a half bear, slightly half bear. Half bear plus at the moment. We're slightly below bearish, but we're not. Honestly, we're not in a full bear market at all. Now, if Richard's right, this is talking about BTC getting down to 11K, and of course that would be a pretty full on bear retraction. That'd be a full on bear market. So just take that into account. Now, I did see Silver. I think it's Silvertooth, who I really love, commenting on the timing of Pulsechain. I'm not in that theory. As you guys know, I don't agree with that theory. I agree with the theory that you want it in the right spot, the sweet spot, because if you think about it, this is my argument, that if you're copying over, if you have asset values, you want to price them up, you're going to get massive price appreciation of PRC tokens. If you've got a higher price to go to, you're going to get a lot more absolute dollar value. So that's why that's true wealth, getting absolute dollar value, right? So that's my argument there. So I think the sweet spot, we don't want too much attention in the market. We don't want to be pumping because we want attraction on Pulsechain, but we don't want it to be dismal either. We've got low asset values. So low asset values coming over the bridge, low people struggling possibly with incomes. We want good asset values and good incomes, but we want enough attention. That's kind of where I fit in that thing there. So there's different people who've got different opinions on that one. So it'd be interesting to see. Let me know in the chat what you guys think. Jim Sticks says, "G'day all, great to catch a stream." Woohoo! Hey Jim Sticks, always great to have a Hex Token channel member in the house. Thank you, Hexen. What else we got going there? Chad's in the house there. What's your accumulation strategy for PLS in the first 90 days? Yeah, well, that's you said it for me. Is accumulate in the first say 90 to 120 days, 3 or 4 months. Typically the best accumulation phase. Now, that's also self-fulfilling, right? So if everybody is accumulating Pulse at a low price, relatively speaking, obviously we're expecting it to price up pretty well. Then if everyone's accumulating, more people accumulating, we absorb the sellers, at least depending on who the sellers are, of course. We absorb as much of the selling as we can. We accumulate more volume. And if we're a lot more long-term holders because we're holding for the bigger X's, then that's more self-fulfilling, right? So we take supply off the market, just like Hex Stakes. And we got we increase our chances of having the price go up even greater over time. So that's kind of where I feel about that. But definitely Pulse, PLSX, and Hex as well. I think there'll be some big players accumulating some Hex on Pulsechain. So we'll see how that goes too. Now, people are assuming that Hex will price up pretty fast on Pulsechain. Obviously, Richard's indicated that they'll probably be the better liquidity pairs, so that seems a reasonable thing. Obviously, Pulsechain will become the dominant chain for the Hex ecosystem, so that's pretty reasonable too. But does it happen straight away as fast? Well, we'll find out. I imagine it probably will happen pretty fast, but that's the assumption, right? Crypto Jackson there, hit that like and subscribe. Definitely smash the like and hit the subscribe button. J-Man's in house there. Haters' faces are going to melt in a year when they see the price of Pulse and PulseX. I do agree to that too, J-Man. And this is different for the Richard Heart ecosystem too, because the Pulse chain is going to have the Pulse chain is going to require maintenance and all that sort of stuff. But that's cool. This is the long game. This is a long chain value. One of the best ways of making value is having a layer 1 chain, and this case beating ETH 2.0. So I think that's pretty cool too. Crypto Jack says PulseX is going to melt faces. NFA, let it burn. Yeah. Excellent choice says I expect more of a bear market. I feel everything is great with DCA and just waiting it out. work out for us. And in my opinion, it's excellent choice here. I think it's a pretty good summary there. Excellent choice. I picked up some Hex at 8 cents. What a deal, says J-Man. Yeah, the volume you're getting at the moment is really, really cool. Are we going to get any little spike wicks down? Any flash wicks? We could do. Some people got limit orders for that in case it does happen. Prisog says Pulsechain equals a strong chain. And J-Man says May of the 2024 Bitcoin halving, Pulsechain will moon hard. That's true. I agree with that. Typically, it's not after the halving. It's not like halfway between the halving that the price of Bitcoin normally rallies. I'm trying to remember those charts now. I think it was always halfway through. Don't go all in, just ratio budget. Says excellent choice here. Always keep some dry powder too. Always keep some of your portfolio in stable coins. It's a wise decision to do that. If markets pulls back, you got some stables. If you can either use that or you can use that to buy up cheap assets if you think the market's pulled back to its idea. It's always a good, prudent thing there. Also have a bit of diversification in your portfolio as well is useful. Cool. We got Gwei pretty cheap at the moment. How are we doing for time? 45 minutes, not too bad. And we've got the Hex Data stats coming up here in a couple of minutes, so we're going to go through that as well. In the meantime, we're going to get into the BNB chain and have a look at the BNB chain now here as well. So all these pairs are linked to BNB. They're going to be airdropped rather than copied, unlike the Hex charts on ETH. And we've got PulseDoge here at the moment. PulseDoge coin, PulseDoge, I should say, not PulseDoge coin, is at 7.7 cent or 7. Was it 7? Almost 7.5 tenths of a cent or whatever. You have to think about how to say that. I know people use hundredths of a cent. Get into that. But anyways, that's a little bit on the weaker side. BNB's 328 looking really good. BNB has performed pretty well. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, let's get out of there. There's not much to say about that chart. P33, the free pulse one, huge volatility. Look at this volatility, insane. 20 cent volatility yesterday. Is it 10? 22, yeah, 40 cent volatility yesterday, and we've got 40 cent volatility or 55 cent volatility today. This thing cannot make up its mind, but it's currently at 32 cents there. I guess there's some bots or something. I don't know. I haven't looked at the underlying trades there, but definitely crazy stuff happening there on the P33. What else there? We got IM there. Maybe it's just buyers and sellers creeping out there. We've got Internet Money. They are at 12.74. Definitely on the lower end here, as you can see. So we'll see what happens there. They're going to benefit of IMD, which is going to be the Internet Money wallet, and I'm looking forward to that. And the later that the Pulsechain launches, the earlier that will be, the less delay. Like I say, if it launches in June, then we could have a wallet possibly within 5 months or something. That'd be pretty amazing. If it's 8 months, so 6, 7, maybe 7 months, 6.5 months, something like that. We might be lucky 7 months. So if it's July, we've got another month off that, etc. So I guess KG will be hoping for that a little bit, to be honest. That would get the delay after mainnet. Having a wallet come out faster is better. So cool. Let us get out of there. So there is the BNB charts there. And I was going to say previously the ETH charts have been performing pretty well relative to the BNB. But at the moment, that is not, we had a bit of rough period there for the price chart at the moment. J-Man says Pulsechain will be in the top 3 cryptos in a few years. I agree with that. You're everything. You're good for our community. Yeah, absolutely, Sandy Beach. Thanks, George. Yeah, it's true, though. It's true, Sandy. J-Man says, what is the safest stable coin I use? USDC. USDC probably are the centralized ones. There's a couple of other good ones. I mean, LUSD, DICE does pretty well. But from the centralized ones, is probably USDC. We can actually see on the chart there at the moment, we've got the USDC at 1. USD Tether is a little bit weak. That's the one that really faltered when UST was under stress there. What's UST at the moment? So UST is at 22 cents now. At the moment, let's have a look at Luna, actually. I always like the Luna. I see that Eric Wall was trying to compare Hex to Luna. the price run up, but they're not the same at all. It's a bit unfair comparison, that one. I guess they're trying to make it a blunt price thing there. But yeah, 1700 there, so we did pull back to 15. Back up at the moment. So very speculative play, that one, to be honest. So very speculative. Boom. All right. We're up to there. I think we're up to this one. So now we're going to get out of that one. Bam. And we're going to go over to here. Here's the Hex price on 15-minute chart. And we're currently at 8.35 cents there. On the big Hex chart here, we're at 8.2, so or 8.3 there. So pretty similar prices there on the Hex chart. We're going to jump over to the Hex daily stats. I think this probably come out now. Let's have a look. We're 20 minutes into the day, so that should have come out. So we're now on day 905. So we just finished day 904. So it's hot off the press. 24th of May. We got a price of 8.269 cents. Pretty flat from yesterday. And so the bleeding's definitely stopped today because we had two big decreases in a row there. Look at these. We had 20%, 10%. We had very modest comebacks, 10%, 16%. So it's been a rough. Last 10 days have been a bit rough. Like we say, rough. We got the payouts today, though. Look at these payouts, man. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! 6.33. Now, remember, in Hex staking, you're supposed to go right through the velocity, I should say, of the price chart. And, of course, you get paid for doing it in terms of Hex per T-share. And, of course, that's 6.33. T-shares at the moment, super cheap, $1,800. And I think what was the last time we saw that? Was it July? Was it July last year, something like that? I can't remember now. It was a while back. I can actually see that on the chart, so I might go check. We got the T-share rate 28,1,865 up 5 again as it heads towards 2,000. Just doing it in a nice orderly fashion. Look at that, increases every single day of the T-share rate up and to the right. And of course, this reflects the returns that people get, but also gives an equal opportunity for people to get in and get the T-share stakes. Now, you can get a T-share for $600 at the moment if you do a 10-year stake. $600 for a T-share. So $6,000 would get you 10 T-shares if you delayed it for 10 years at the moment. So otherwise, you get about 3.5 at the moment if you want to do short staking. The average stake length, 6.64 years. Obviously, people have delayed gratification there, and that has got Hex off the market, and that has reduced the velocity of money there. And that's the whole kingpin, right? These are the magic components of Hex that make it very different from other products. So very important to understand those. APY, 40.3%, twice in a day there, paid out in Hex. And of course, liquidity in the pool. We had 285 yesterday, and we're at 247 today. That's a very good thing. So that's nice. So we might have some liquidity changes there. USD in the pool, 12.5 million, and Ethereum there, pretty similar to what we had yesterday. So cool. Let's go and check the liquidity, see what's been happening there. Just to get that out of the way. So we're going to pull that up and check that out. So we're going to go into liquidity pools. Let's have a look, see what ads we've had. So we've had we've had a lot of Hex added in there. So it looks at ads Hex USD. What else we had in there? A couple bit of Hex in there. What else we had in there the last 24 hours? So 13.4 there. So it looks like we had quite a bit of Hex put in there. What else? Oh, sorry. Let me have accidentally gone too far. I apologize. Removes. What else we had removes in the last wee while? So nothing much there. Oh, we had this Hex removed 5 hours ago. 30 million Hex. What else is in there? 15. Yeah, quite a bit of Hex removed from the USD pair there at the moment. So that's pretty much that. What else we got going on there? We're going to have a look at some of these. So T-shares now up 4,300. We've got 10,425,934 T-shares. So if you've got a T-share holder, you're pretty special. And circulating supply decreased, staking increased. Stake percentage of coins 9.33% stake, so just slightly up from yesterday. Penalties 4.4 million. Woohoo! Gotta love this, man. Look at these penalties every day. Bam, bam, bam. That is so good. So obviously that helps to offset, dampen out price to some degree. But it's always nice to see that you just have to ride through the price up and downs. Total change in holders 396. Current change in stakers 125. So good day for stakers there. And of course, the total stakers at 135 and current holders 263. We've actually current holders have been increasing pretty nicely, and I think this is going to be nothing compared to when Pulsechain comes. If all the marketing's done right, the community has to really grow up. You know, we have to people have to start thinking about if you're going to attract a lot of people. You can use what do you call it? You can use shock and awe marketing, but you really need to be marketing to a broad amount of people. And so the community has to stop, attacking other parts of the community because they don't like what they say, or they're trying to defend people, or so that they nearly need to start thinking about what can we just get out and spread the word, right? The direct marketing, like Richard says, promotion, get out there and do some work rather than bickering. People need to do that because you want to grow, you want to get the big virality. You can't have people coming in and saying all this bickering and attacks and all this sort of stuff. You need to be really good, really, unifying in terms of the community. It really is important. Maturity, show a certain sign of maturity. All right, so currently we're at 6.11 hex there per T-share. We've got penalties already, almost up to 1 million penalties already. Oh no, that's 857 there. My bad. Thought there was a little K on there, but it wasn't there. So we're already, we're at 6.11 hex per T-share there. We've currently got 230 million hex in the pool and $12.6 million. And away we go. Let's see how we get on. Day 905. Woohoo! Now, day 912, I think, is 2.5 years in the hex journey. So we're only about 7 days away from that. So we're almost up to 2.5 years old. Day 1095 will be 3 years in hex journey. Wow, that'd be cool. So looking forward to that. Some cool milestones coming up. I think that was it on there. I think that was it. Let's jump back to the hex price. If you haven't also seen, so we're currently at 8.35 cents. If you haven't seen the Heist of Stakes, definitely check out some of the imagery they've got and some of their cool teasers. They got some really cool teasers on here as well, not just the debate with Eric Wall. Definitely check this out. This is pretty cool.
But first, Brent, where are we right now?
So this is pretty cool. In fact, I might play this. Just let me play this out here. I'm going to probably play this. I'm going to remove this. Remove this, and I'm going to share. I'm going to share this. So we're going to play this. Hopefully this will play. Did I put the right thing on that? I'm not sure I put the right thing on that. Just remove that again. And stop sharing. Sharing is caring. And I've got to make sure I got the right one. Yeah, that's the right one. Sorry. Apologize for that. We're going to go full screen. And let's listen to this. I love this teaser. I think it's really cool. Oh, have to start again. I got the audio.
Very exciting. My friend, something very exciting is going to happen in just a moment. But first, Brent, where are we right now?
We're in my cinema room at my country house.
Yes, now this is a pretty special place for you, right? Dream house?
Yeah. Yep.
Dream house, and we have the cinema room. Check this out. And so, my friends, what's about to happen here is Brent is going to get to see some of the early scenes of the Heist of Stakes, but it's not ready for you yet.
So I love that sort of teasing. I think that's pretty funny. That sort of teasing is pretty hilarious.
Hey, the little people.
Got some other stuff here.
Y'all punk, hey, the little people. It's Richard Hart here. I just wanted to let you know that what I got is better than what you got. And if you work hard and you try hard, maybe you learn from me, you could have this too.
I got to stop there with the music because that's probably copyright music. So, but you can see the bling bling there, pretty cool. So some nice little updates there.
I do love the fact that I get to talk about things.
So it's got copyright music. Can't play that either. But
invest in that will change man's relation.
Yeah, they've got some cool teasers. So definitely check out those teasers. Can't play them unfortunately because they got. I bet they got copyright music. But definitely check those out. Let's go back into the mainstream there. Damn. So nice on that one. Yeah, enjoy the debate. I've still got 25 minutes to watch. I think I was up to about where we are now, an hour and 12 minutes. So definitely check that out. And it has got a lot of stop and starts with the directors that are trying to get good content for the Heist of Stakes film. So it's going to be fascinating. I think we're going to have probably a couple of adversaries in there. I think we could have 2 or 3 probably. So I think Eric Wall's an obvious one in there, but it's going to be fun to see that play out. Nice. All right, so the price there not looking too bad on the 15-minute chart. Jimbo Sticks, I really think that Richard Hart knows the exact time to launch his product for the best performance. It's a sacrifice. We might not get anything. People are expecting way too much. I've been waiting a year for my PLS, says Jimbo Sticks. That's true. Tortoise Johnny says, I just checked my retirement account from the union. What a joke. Down 70% with an unauthorized 3,000 withdrawal. Do we need more reasons to get out of this fiat garbage? Man, that's hardcore, Tortoise. You definitely want to follow up on that unauthorized withdrawal, that's for sure. Jimbo Six says, I'll wait another if I have to, especially if it's going to generate the wealth RH has stated. Yeah, that's true, Jimbo. Patience is a virtue, that's for sure. Sandy Beach in the house there with the beautiful, happy, smiley, cuddly face. Jamie says, yes, I sacrificed on day 3 for Pulse, and it's been a long time. I still don't mind waiting a little bit longer. RH knows what he is doing. Yeah, agree. I'm in it for the long term, says Dayman. Absolutely. And Tortoise Johnny's got the juicy. What is that? I am going to retire. Oh, Pulsechain. One day, says Dayman. Nice. You will, sir, says Tortoise. Hit that like. We need the Pulsechain to go viral. Yes, smash the like button. Hit the subscribe. Definitely catch that. Now, I posted in the chat earlier the Richard Hart debate versus Eric Wall, and I haven't seen only up to 12 minutes through Rag the Rich's post reaction, but it's worth checking out. I'm sure he took a whole ton of notes, so that'll be interesting to see his commentary on that. Tortoise Jones here, we will due to Richard, the modern day paladin. What's up, Hex Token? Woo-hoo-hoo. Hey, Derek, good to see you in the chat. Nice. Tortoise Johnny with the ducks and the popcorn. Exhibition says launch at any time is better performance. Absolutely, you're right about that. Summertime sunshine, says Tortoise Johnny. We are throwing a party here on Hex Token with Pulsechain launches. Absolutely, J-Man. We will definitely be doing that. J-Man, you already know. Blobfish King says, hi all, I'm an hour late. Got caught up with the Wales only latest live stream. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, so he was, Wales only was doing back to basics, wasn't he, on X? Was trying to reiterate the power of the product. And of course, Wales only Kinetics and that, and their team are doing some pretty cool stuff with the Mountain Advisory, and of course the Hex Investment Trust, as well as quite a lot of other stuff too. So that's cool to see that. Sorry, I just got to turn this on here. Yeah. All right, so cool. What else there? I'm almost more excited about Hex Token launch stream than the launch itself, says Christos. Nice one. I like that. Peace and Instagram love to you, man. Peace and love. I'm calling in sick that day, says Christos. Yeah, I think a lot of people will be. Some people have been telling me they're taking days off, that's for sure. Pulse God says no expectation of profit off the work of others, right? Says Pulse Goddess, yeah. Well, I think, to be honest, I only think that really applies to certain stuff. I know a lot of people are trying to use that, but they've got to be careful with the way they structure it, for sure, because you need to have a reasonable defense. 40% APY today, says Briz. Yeah, no, I loved it. It was such a good APY, Briz. Kevin S. in the house there, I'm wanting Pulse to launch so I don't have to stay glued to my phone all the time. I just want to follow the plan post-launch. Haha, says Kevin. Nice one, Kevin. You got to have a plan, folks. Kevin's giving some good advice there. Christos lol. The Eurasian is, let's rally up to 9.7 cents, and then let's pass it and go back to 20 cents again. Yeah, says Eurasian. Yeah. You just never know with the price chart. You just never know. We'll find a bottom, and of course, away we'll go. With the oil data in after hours, the EGY should move higher. Says Michael, oil being higher with much support to move to $110. Yeah, Michael, you're always talking about the oil price. I think that's cool, but you got to realize this is a crypto channel. Just letting you know. Yeah. Oil is obviously doing well at the moment. The oil prices are 110, 112, something in that ballpark. I know the gas supply. We got I don't know what it is. We got $3 a liter here in Kiwiland. I know that was it up at $6? Is it up for a gallon in the United States? I think I saw some stuff. Let me know what the price of per gallon in the United States is at the moment, or wherever you are around the world. If you've got a certain price that you've seen, let us know what country and what price of per litre or gallon. So obviously, I think it was at 2.5 litres in a gallon, something like that. Let's have a look here. Litre per gallon. What's that? Okay, it's way higher than 2.5. So 3.78 litres per gallon. So you can see how expensive it is in Kiwi land. 3.7. That's pretty expensive. So 3.78 times $3. So if you're paying $6 in the United States, we're paying $11.34 per gallon in Kiwi land. So feel good about that. Though you did have self-sufficiency, but unfortunately your current administration wrecked that for you. They wrecked it good. It's now about expectation of profit from the work of others. It's not. It's more that something has to be done about the Ethereum gas fees. What's wrong with supporting a cause we think may change that? Nothing, TJ, nothing at all. I know Murray and Wright are both the Bitcoin miners and made 4 new lows today. Nice one there, Michael. Appreciate that. Average is $6 in California. Wow, says from Sandy Beach. Yeah. $4.86 in New York. That's not too bad. Tortoise, maybe it's because you're next to the big terminals there. $11 a gallon. That's crazy, says Alex K. Yeah. It is crazy. $67 in SF Bay Area, says the Eurasian. Yeah, everyone is crying about $6. Yeah, well, $6 is bad, and just unfortunately, it's worse here. Remember, our exchange rate is pretty low, so our exchange rate is about 64 cents in the dollar. So that you can quickly work that out. Brendan Eslick's in the house there, $2.20 in New South Wales. Woohoo! And that's looking good at the moment, Brendan. What I seek that people selling Hex, but it's being bought up by many others. This is good for Hex and holders. Yeah, I agree with that, George Taco, and that's a point I always quite to make. Obviously, it's a point that has to play out over time. Like I said, if we get back to 10 cents, that means basically the retail book has bought up the big whale sell. So it's being redistributed from a whale into amongst a whole ton of retail plebs, is what we call it. We call ourselves plebs. I don't know what you call it, into the retail box. So yeah. Michael says all a gallon in Columbus is it Georgia? Is it that I fill up this past weekend was $4.05. Okay, that was not too bad comparably to $6 in California and stuff. Damn, you guys are paying over $11 US dollars for gas. No, so we have to. It's actually $11 Kiwi. So I didn't even do the calculation for that. What did I say? It was $3.78 times. It would be $7.14 US. So $7.14 US would be the equivalent if you transferred US dollars to here. It'd be $7.14. J-Man in house there. $4 in Denver area. Okay, $4. Wow, J-Man. $11 likes. Yeah, that's Kiwi dollars. $11 Kiwi dollars. About $7.14 US dollars if you were to use US dollars to buy petrol here. It costs you $7.14. I'll be burning down the capital if I was you. Yes, well, unfortunately, we have socialist nut jobs running our country, and they're just too much focused on trying to destroy our country rather than do good stuff. Lucius is in the house there. Good. It's good to be an oil company. It is indeed. It gets cheaper as you leave California and then cheaper as you cross the country. Always has been that way. Yeah, I guess you've got a lot of the oil states in the middle, right? You've got Texas and other places got a lot of, probably is cheaper down there. National average of gas price when Trump left office was $1.86. I know. But the big thing about that, you also had self-sufficiency for the first time. So that was the benefit too. Just under $4 if using gas perks. Woohoo! I'm a plebe, says Chris. I'm a plebe, yeah. But Trump was mean on Twitter. Yeah, so mean. But now he's not mean, and you got nice, expensive. Everything's expensive and supply shocks. So congratulations, people got what they wanted. Well, at least what they think they wanted. I like how you call your country Kiwiland. Yeah. I love little kiwis. Little kiwis are nocturnal birds. If you haven't seen one, check it out on the internet. A kiwi bird. But they live in the dark and are nocturnal. They've got beautiful feathers. Love him on Twitter. It's hilarious, says Turtles Johnny. Yeah, that's right. We don't The same people that don't like him are the same people that are wanting to shut down our free speech. So just shows you who is the real problem, not him. Georgie said $7.08. Yeah, roughly. Yeah, that's right. You know what I call my country, Canada? Yeah, I agree with you, George. You're in the same problem. You got the same problem as we've got here. So yours is actually probably slightly worse, to be honest. So it's even more insidious and horrific. What they're up to. They're up to terrible things. Astrid in the house there. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Hey, Astrid, good to see you. So we're at 8.3 cents at the moment here on the old Hex chart, 15 minutes. And we had quite a bit of drama. We got this debate between Eric Walk. It was pretty soft in my view. But I think we'll get some good sound bites for the Heist of Stakes. Yeah! And we want retail adoption, so that Heist of Stakes is actually going to be a big deal. And I think people, if we get on the big streaming, people will see how big of influence it will be. Massive, guys. Absolutely massive. So if you think about something that's been, in the financial industry that's been really popular, so then I think we'd probably get something like that. Probably even bigger. And I think some of that stuff that Richard's been doing with the cars and the flash stuff is actually going to play pretty well. A lot of people like to watch that stuff. So, they might do a few edits on it, but other than that, it's going to be pretty good for the mass stuff there with a few edits. All right, so we got cool stuff happening there, folks. Cool stuff, and we're going to jump out of there because we've been through that. Nomics, we're still looking pretty good there, up 56% on the year, and the price at the moment is bounced off our support line there. Like I say, if we do break the support line of 6.9 cents, and then we're looking at what did I say, 3.2 is but this is really weak stuff. So 3.2, 3.3 cents is kind of the next level there. Actually, might add that to the chart while we're here, so I don't have to do that again. Might get a bit of support in here. 3.3. We got a little bit of something there. These things are really weak, by the way. I'm putting them here, but they're really weak. We don't have many price points. The last good price point that we've got at the moment is this current one of 6.8 cents. You can see we've got two resistances there, and we've got one big period of support here. But that's it. That's as good as we've got. Now we've got another one, right? We've got another one now. So this is actually forming another one here. So we've actually got four now. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll see how we get on there at the moment. So that's kind of where I see the chart at the stage. Just based on Dextool's chart. Obviously, different charts have slightly different, I guess they include slightly different information or this or that for some reason. We did actually have on this chart, we did actually have something that was, we had one trade of $300 that showed up on the actual trade history as 5.7 cents or something, 5.4 or something. But it doesn't show up on the chart here like that. So it just shows the chart at the moment. That was the other day, this day on the 23rd, but it does show up as the 25th here. Cool. What time are we doing? We're up to 1:45. Not too bad. Now, this is the first live stream, of course. Pulsechain, Pulsechain, and X for sure. I'm going to be doing some other stuff today as well, but we'll be getting onto the second live stream later on today. So it should be fun. But in the meantime, you've got plenty of content to watch. You've got Richard Hart's debate. You've got Richard Hart, Eric Wall. I think possibly Wales Only, some of the stuff for Wales Only might be quite interesting, particularly around the charts. I typically watch the chart stuff. I don't typically watch this discussion, but I do watch the chart stuff. That's kind of the stuff that's important to me. But yeah, definitely is cool. So plenty of content out there at the moment. Lots of streamers on today too. So what day is it? It's Wednesday here in New Zealand, but Tuesday evening in I guess in North America or places like that. So cool. Going to jump out of there, bam. And actually, what I wanted to look at was actually we're going to actually look at that. I wanted to look at the PulseDoge whale holders. So I want to look at PulseDoge whale holders, and we're going to do that. Bam. So I want to look at the holders at the top. So you get 305 here, 175, 135. So it's got some pretty big holders in there. So it's got 7.2% of the supply here. And they seem to be accumulating quite a bit of stuff here from the looks of it. Sell token for Uniswap. So it's got quite a bit of PulseDoge coming in here. A little bit of Pulse, I don't know, that's a transfer. So they definitely seem to be accumulating here. The PulseDoge. I'm just going to look at some of the stuff here. So yeah, up to 305. They haven't. That's quite an even number there. I'm not sure why that is. So I don't know much about the account. I just wondered who was. Someone said someone was a big account was buying, and it looks like the one at the top. Definitely buying stuff and putting in there. Cool VIP. So like I say, you get a few people, a couple large accounts buying up the PulseDoge supply. That would be very scarce, right? That'd be improve the scarcity. So PulseDoge could be quite an interesting one to watch as well, especially coming into Pulsechain. I could see it really ramping up there. Could we see $10, $20 or something like that? Who knows? Some people even talk about $100, which is easy to talk about round numbers, but that's another thing getting there. All right, let us go back to the full chart there. That's where we're at the stage. And we've got Hex Choices. It used to get cheap immediately after leaving California. Last few years, it's only about $1 cheapest in the current connecting states. Right. Okay, that's pretty interesting. $10 a gallon, and we have much oil. This isn't funny, but we stopped drilling. It's not good for the environment. We buy from other countries. Does it make sense? No, it does not make sense, George. Netflix is in the house there. Woo! Yeah, Netflix, man, we get on that. Obviously, if we get into more than just one streamer, that would be awesome. But obviously, if we get a thing, Heist of Stakes, get us a TV type of deal where you do different episodes running, that could be really popular. And that's where the Wild Boy Richard kind of thing, the flashy thing actually plays well for TV, right? People go, oh man, I got to watch this dude, man. He's just like out there, and he's like super rich, and he does cool stuff and crazy stuff. You know, they all like to watch that. That sort of gets a lot of the, I guess, the millennials and other kind of age groups into it. Crystal says, wow, kiwi birds are bigger than I thought. Look about the size of a small cat. Yeah, that's about right. There's not many of them around either. Not many. I think we've got a couple at the zoos. I think we've got some. Crystal says, or maybe even a normal size cat. Yeah. But the feathers on your kiwi birds or New Zealand birds are quite unique. They're really, really quite pretty. If everyone spreads my latest video about how we can do all our part to help Hex and Pulsechain, we will pull out of the speed market. Yeah, let's pull that up. That's good point there. We're going to go to YouTube. Oh, we're going to go to YouTube there. Oh, go out there. I don't want to go on there. YouTube, bam. And let's bring up a good old Brizz's channel. Bam. There's Brizz's one here. So Briz has got, see, I watched this one, Briz. See, watch this one. Briz has got 3 things you can do to help spread Pulsechain there. So definitely go and watch this one.
Yeah.
And that one. Yeah, that's Brizz's video, how you can help get Pulsechain and Hex and everything else viral there. So definitely go and watch that. So that's that one there. Bam. And cool. Nice one on there. So definitely watch that. All right, cool. And what's your channel? So I just posted that. Yeah, what's your channel? Yeah, what's your channel? What's your channel? What's your channel? Jen Hexon with the ducks. Hey, baby Turtle loves Jesus. Hey, Sandy, good to see you in the house. Feeding the ducks is excellent choice. We keep feeding those ducks, that's for sure. Chris is in the house there. Great publicity. Yeah, fantastic publicity. I agree with you that. Hey, all. Woo! Hey, KD. Yeah, Chris, Heist of Stakes, I think it's going to be an incredible opportunity to really go viral in a big way. So I'm pretty confident they have the relationships and exposure to be able to get us some of those contract deals with the big streamers. And of course, they have the ability to make the right product. So it's really, really important. Brazology 10-4. I love that. Brazology 10-4. Brazology 10-4. I did a bad imagery of that. Katie in the house there with the bread in the ducks this time. Hi, sweet man. Hey, baby turtle. Good to see you in the house. And sweet thanks, says Briz. Hey, you're welcome, man. I did watch the video, so I took it down the tips there. Gave me a few ideas myself, Briz. So it was a good video, man. Cool VIP, as we said. Cool VIP. All right, so we're up to 10.35 cents. We haven't had a lot of change here while we've been in the live stream. In the last, we've had no volume here in the last half an hour. So this is the way it is. Always like to get green candles, you know me. It's currently green, but it's not really on volume. This is the way it goes. Market's looking pretty okay at the stage. They're really lacking emphasis at the moment. So when they do lack a bit of stuff, especially in a bearish market, you got to say that they tend to go down and they go up. But once again, it's been over 30,000, under 30,000, back and forth. But if we don't get some big move over 30k, it's going to be an issue. The other thing, of course, I think there's a Grayscale unit trust is still at a discount, 30% discount or something. So that's going to make it hard for Bitcoin to go up too, from some angles, from some of the bigger money. And the Gwei at the moment, pretty friendly, 21 Gwei. So that means that the price of a swap at the moment is $8. $8, yeah. $8. You're right. Cool. Good on that. I don't think there's any other news there at the moment. Let's check out the validators. I don't think there's any new snapshot. Sandy would have told me if there was. But let me just log on. He would have told me. Bam. We're gonna hit the sacrifice checker. Yeah. So the current the last one is still the 15th of May. I would expect Richard to say that this is the official one. I don't see any post on that yet. So maybe it is the last one. Maybe they're going to do one more. Who knows? We'll find out. Is watching Briz video required to pass this course, Professor Hex Token? Hex, I think so. It's a very good video. So it was well worth watching. Briz says yes for sure. We agree. And we are so early in crypto in general. That's true, so Chris. We are, like I say, I think we're like, maybe, is it 25 years for full adoption? We're probably halfway through. Sandy Beach is in house there. Woo-hoo-hoo! I take Rag to Richard's stream and edit out all the boring stuff Floss for us. He would love that. He would love that. He would tell you to not subscribe as well, not to subscribe to his channel or do anything like that. Since Biden's been in office, has hurt the US in so many ways. Michael, those guys just are ridiculous. The whole lot of them are just ridiculous. They're up to very bad things, but unfortunately, that is hopefully the next election gets rid of some of them. Jen Hex says they're all radical activists getting pointed to everything there. It's crazy stuff, man. In a couple of years, we'll look back to all the insanity pre-launch and laugh about it. I agree there, Jen Hex. Biden is terrible, says Jamin. Absolutely. Jen Hex says, just like OGs do about Hex launch. Woo! Yeah. Katie says, hopefully Liquid Loans gets their SAC balances this week so we can check them out. Yeah, that's true. So we're looking forward to that, to be honest. It's going to be so good. Let's actually look at some of that. That was this last update, so watch that.
Popping up is about the sacrifice balances. People are asking about when can they see their sacrifice balance and how many points they have and what's not.
Yeah, I know that we're very close to releasing something on that front. Obviously, we're doing some internal testing of that now. So the balances have been calculated. We've incorporated all of the different mechanisms that we had included initially in the sacrifice phase, including the referral content. So all of that's been incorporated. And obviously, we'll do the internal testing. We'll pilot test with a couple of folk that we know that can help us through that process. And then we'll release something out to the community so that they can start reviewing their balances and coming back to us with any queries and questions. So that's imminent. My expectation is within the next week, we'll end up seeing something. So folks will be able to start checking their balances and just confirming that all the calculations are correct.
A second thing that's
so we could reasonably expect those this week. So this was talking about a little while back, but this is basically about this week. So hopefully we'll get something around Liquid those this week. The other thing is that they talked about that they'll be testing with some people that they knew. I had a feeling that at least I know one party that I thought might be one people that might be testing those out, the SAC balance things. So we'll see. Hopefully we'll get that this week. That's the biggest thing, right? Because I really do think that Liquid Loans is going to be the biggest third-party tap, at least at the beginning, on Pulsechain. Because they're not just doing, not only are they doing the awesome Liquid Loans platform, but they're also going to be issuing a stable coin, which I think is going to be so critical for Pulsechain. That's going to give real strength to Pulsechain. Stable coins are fundamental for DeFi, and so I think that's going to be really cool. It'd be interesting whether Richard gets around to doing stablecoin as well. thought he was originally going to back that with that exchange, that Spanish exchange license, but I think he's had some issues with that, so I'm not sure where that is at the moment. The other thing is, I think it's going to be pretty powerful. The other thing is they're going to do all the stuff around, all this extra stuff like centralized exchanges and possibly fiat gateways and other different type of things like that, credit cards and stuff. So there could be lots of stuff coming out of these guys. They've certainly got the capital to do it through the raise, and they've got the team as well. So very talented team. Very, very cool. And of course, CC is extremely experienced and talented. So I think he has the right leadership skills, professional experience, easily to pull all the stuff off. So I think we're in good hands, man. Really good hands. So very cool. Charlie says, I felt like a freaking bum compared to myself, the Hex Token, so I felt like I needed to contribute a little bit to the community. That's funny, Chris. You just keep being you, man. You do awesome stuff, so you keep being you. Plus, I got to defend and pump my bags. You did, Briz. You might get the SEC. The SEC might be ringing you up though, Briz. They might be ringing you up there. That would be nice, LL. Yeah, would be. This looks like a big ass bull flag to me. It says Tail 7. Nice. I like that too. Liquid loans will outperform PLS in my opinion. That would be something to see. Do I think it can do that? I'm not sure I'm in the same camp. I certainly think they'll do very well as one of the top dApps. In fact, I do see them as the top third-party dApp. But there are a couple of others out there that may surprise, but I'll leave that at this stage. But definitely possible. They are going to, Liquid Loans and one or two other platforms particularly will be very important for lending is so fundamental in terms of pushing asset prices up and then not having to sell your tokens either. This is going to be very, very fundamental for pushing the price of the chain up, of all the assets on the chain. So definitely looking forward to that. George Tucker says, I would like to see this happen. Why not happen in Romania 91? Don't want to see the Dems lose the election. I want to see them pay the price for what they have done. Yeah, that very few think they ever very, very rarely do they get held accountable. But I definitely want to see them lose the election. They're all a bunch of nutters in that place. They're a bunch of nutters. So subscribe, like, and share this excellent choice. Absolutely. I believe PHEX and Pulse are going to have a nice race to the top, with PulseX following right behind. We have PHEX and Pulse are going to have a nice race to the top, and PulseX following right behind, says J-Man. LL Liquid Loans got almost 50 million in their stack. Yeah, 51.6 I think it was, Briz. It was pretty decent. So it's good capital for doing a lot of stuff. But the good thing I like hearing what they say coming out that they're going to be doing. I think that's very, very cool. Let's listen to the X one. They've obviously not just doing the stack balance, which we could reasonably expect this week based on that first video. But maybe in the next week or so, we might see the testnet as well coming out.
Has been coming up recently has been about the testnet, and will people see Liquid Loans on the testnet anytime soon?
Yeah, so the guys are working really, really hard at the moment to get all of that up and running. And the difference here is that we didn't really want to push something out ahead of time, so it's got to be pretty much complete. And one of the things that will help us on that journey is to make sure that we've got active price calls. So the guys are integrating, obviously, PulseX is one mechanism that we'll use. There's another mechanism that I won't go into a lot of detail now, but it will provide some redundancy for being able to make price calls against PulseX. And the guys are working hard to get that finished. So my expectation is that we'll end up seeing something in the next couple of weeks. The rationale being, we don't ever want to release anything before it's really ready. And, I think the community appreciates that when we deliver content, it's actually of high quality. So we're not going to rush anything out until the product, or basically the system and the dApp are actually up and running fully, and that we can actually allow people to fully test what we've developed.
And something.
So that's coming up. That's coming up soon. So that will be hopefully follow after. I think there's going to be some integration there of the stack balances too with the bonding curve that will show up on the user interface. So that would be really positive. That'd be a nice oomph too for the community, because I know a lot of people have participated in Liquid Loans. So that'd be really cool as we wait for Pulsechain and they're getting cool things like that out. The big stuff out. The big 30-party stuff would be very exciting. Excellent choice in house there. The future is bright. Absolutely. And Briz, I feel like you're a bum too, compared to myself. So I agree. That's bad, man. You guys are terrible. What that says, Briz? Yeah. Briz says, yeah. What the? Excellent choices in the house there. You're getting trolled there, Briz, by good old Gen Hex there. Yes, his life is good, or maybe I read that wrong. My bad, Mr. Brizology, says Jen. That's funny. Hey, KD's in house. Liquid Lava Java time. I appreciate that, KD. $5.55 super sticker. Big bow down from Superman, as we always do. So a big shout out. Appreciate that. And Liquid Java time. What else we got there? My exact words I wanted to say earlier. Yeah. All right, cool. So there we are. Oh, we've got a little bit of a red candle there at the moment, so not sure why that happened, but this is what happened there. 8.12 cents. Now we're going to wrap up here. So we've got the price chart here looking like this at the moment. We've got our support at 6.8, 6.9, which we hit. We hit in the last day. If we did, which I think a low chance, but if we did hit if we did break the support, the bottom for me is kind of about 3.5. Obviously, once we got under 10 cents, it's kind of bearish, but nothing's inevitable, right? And we do have that support at 6.8, 6.9, which we're currently bounced off at the moment. So we'll see how we go. Obviously, future news is going to be very, very important. And of course, buying behavior from people also very important to see where we go with this chart at this stage. Definitely check out the Richard Hart debate. And of course, we'll be watching the chart here. I'm going to be back on again in about 4 hours time, maybe 4.25, just over 4 hours time, with another live stream. So we'll see how the prices and everything get on with that. I'll be working on a few other things in the meantime, but definitely get into the Discord. If you haven't joined Discord, definitely get in there. We're at 434 members, and of course we're looking to get up to 450 is our next target, so we're only 16 away from that. If you haven't subscribed, haven't followed, get on there. The link's in the video description for Discord. If you want to join as a member of this channel, of course, hit the join button. We've got Pulsechains, Hexkins, and the Richard Hart Cup. Just an easy way of how to support the channel. And of course, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell as well. And I will see you in the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed this. We're going to wrap up here, Sandy Beach, with the emojis. Hexam Choice with the thumbs up. The thumbs up. And everyone be blessed, says J-Man. And 16 Gwei at the moment. Yes, 16 Gwei on the EtherScan there. So very cheap to pick up some Hex if you're dollar cost averaging. And of course, you can do limit orders through Matcher and 1 inch. So you can do stuff like that. Katie in house says TDLYL and a Pulsechain link. I'm not sure which link you're after. The link to Discord's in the video description. The link to this video here is in the chat here. I'll just post that again in case you want to watch the video. See you on the moon, says J-Man. Absolutely. Buy Hex, stake Hex, and relax, says Excellent choice. Absolutely. And it's now with the emojis looking good there. And that is the link to the Richard Hart debate. Thanks for watching all, and I will catch you later on in the second session. Don't forget to check out Rags to Riches as well, his critique of the debate. He took some pretty definitive notes there, so I'm going to watch that too. So I will let you know what I think of some of those comments, because he's going to have some good review on that for sure. If you're a Hex Token channel member, post out some emojis on the way up. That's how we roll here. And hey, thanks everybody for support. Hope you guys are having a good time. And be cool and calm. The prices do their thing. We will eventually find the ultimate bottom. We may have found it already. And of course, the lower price is always a good chance to pick up more volume. And you can always put some limit orders in as well. Once again, nothing in this channel is investment advice. Just remember that. You must do your own investment due diligence. All opinions are my own. So very cool. Apart from the videos I play, which is someone else's opinions. But this is so thanks, says Briz. Hey, you're welcome, Briz. Thanks for watching, everybody. And thanks again. All right, let's go. Peace out. Bye for now.